Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. I'm out in the garden today. It's the middle of October. Buzz? Hi, Buster.
Yeah. Hi there. Did you come to see me?
Yeah. And I'm out here and I'm getting my yard kind of settled in for winter because very quickly here the ground is going to be frozen, the snow will be covering things, and there won't be much left to do out here. So I need to get things like my sprinklers blown out, my fountains emptied and drained and put away, my rain barrels flipped over, drained. I do get questions about that. If you leave your rain barrel full of water in an area that freezes, then you run the risk of wrecking the taps on them. The water, as long as they have room to expand, the water inside freezing isn't a huge deal as far as the barrel goes usually, if it's a good sturdy barrel. But the taps, if they have water in them, the water will expand in the tap and it can break your taps. So it's good to just drain them and then flip them upside down so you're not collecting any water for the winter. Another thing I'll be doing is just cutting back, cleaning out things like annual plants or large-leaved perennials like hostas, Achillea mollis, just different things like that that have large leaves. I find just get really mushy and gross and tend to harbor more disease if they're left over the winter. Other than that, I leave my perennials standing to catch snow, and I find, especially in my cold climate here in Saskatchewan, Canada, that helps. You know, if you do have any winter burn on the stems, it's just on the stems. It's not pulling down into the crown of the plant or the roots of the plant as much. Seems odd, but it seems to protect the lower part of the plant if there's something at the top that can freeze. I still have some summer flowering bulbs I need to pull out, and I'll rake up a few leaves. Now those certainly won't be going in my trash bin. If you're interested to know what I do with my fall leaves, I'll leave a card for you to check out an older video, but it's still a video about what I do with my fall leaves. But right now, I wanted to show you my strawberry bed because I do get questions about my strawberries. A lot of people are under the understanding that strawberries are a one and done crop. You plant them in the spring and you pull them out in the fall, and they're only good for one season, and that's not true. Generally, they go through a cycle. You want every 3 to 4 years to kind of renew them, but I don't actually pull out plants. What I'll do is I'll find runners, and I don't know if I have a good runner example. Here's one. So this would be a runner, and it's an offshoot of another plant, and it comes out and it'll grow roots down at the bottom, and then you can use those to plant into place. You let them touch soil. Sometimes you need to pin it down to the soil and let it get established, and then you can cut it off. Now I usually just try and pull a runner if I have an empty space in my bed where plants aren't growing well, I'll just try and pull a runner over to that area, pin it in that area, let it grow, cut it off. The mother plants, the other older plants, usually just kind of die off as they age, so I don't worry about clearing them out as much. But for the winter care, a lot of people also think that you need to pile lots of leaves or straw or hay or something on your strawberry plot. I don't do that. Maybe it's just dumb luck that I don't have a problem with it, but I've had 2 gardens now where I've had strawberries. I've never covered them in the winter. I don't cut them back. Some people cut their strawberries back in the fall or after they've flowered. I don't cut them back. These haven't been producing fruit for a couple of months now, I think. They're still, you can see, very full. I actually kind of enjoy the fall colors of them. I just leave them like this. And in the spring, I'll come in with a fine, a leaf rake, one that's not going to yank out the whole head, but I'll just go over, pull off any dead leaves, debris that are in here that are loose, and then I'll just go around the plants and clean out any of the maybe older leaves that are at the bottom of the plants that are still attached. I'll just go and cut those out and then let the plants just keep doing their thing. So I've made sure that my strawberries are well watered in for the fall, because even when the tops are dead on these perennial plants, the roots are still working, so you want to make sure they have moisture going into winter. And then usually the snow covers over this area. So I'll usually have at least a foot of snow on this throughout most of the winter. And that insulates my strawberries quite well. So I don't know, kind of a long-winded approach, I guess, to say I don't do much with my strawberries to prepare them for winter. I make sure they're watered. I would make sure there's nothing diseased in here, but I haven't had trouble with disease in my strawberry beds. And then I just let them be, go dormant naturally and make sure they're covered with snow over the winter. Then in the spring, I just clean up anything that needs to be cleaned up and reap the rewards of a wonderful little strawberry plot. So hopefully this encouraged you to, if you're in a cold climate like myself, go around and make sure that things like your water is blown out so you don't have problems. Rain barrels are flipped over, fountains and things are cleaned out. I wouldn't recommend, I know there's somebody in my neighborhood that puts antifreeze in their fountain and leaves it running all winter long. I wouldn't recommend that because you could have cats and birds and things trying to drink out of that, and antifreeze will kill them. So don't do that, please. Drain them, dry them, flip them upside down, put them somewhere where they're not going to freeze, and keep the animals safe. As far as the strawberries go, just let them be. If you have some, like if you're going to get snow cover, just let them be. So hopefully you're well into your fall cleanup and things are going well for you, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.